Hello viewers, how are you? So today we are going to start another new chapter, that is using Python libraries. This is chapter number 4 of your syllabus. Okay, so now let us start the chapter and let us look at the definition of library. What is a library? A library is the collection of several modules. It is a collection of several modules which you can use to perform several tasks, or by which you can design several applications. It is the collection of several modules. So Python support several type of library files. The first library file that is supported by Python is standard Python library. This type of library file is bundled with the Python application, okay, and you have previously used few of the modules of this library, like you have used math module, CMath, then string, then random, URL, lib, etc. There are several standard Python libraries. Okay. For example, math. It consists of several mathematical functions. CMath consists of several complex mathematical functions. String consists of several string functions. Random can be used to generate random numbers. URL library, it is used to handle URL applications. Okay, so there are various type of standard Python library. Now next one is NumPy library. This kind of library consists of several mathematical functions that can be used to create and manipulate numeric arrays. It consists of several mathematical functions that can be used to create and manipulate numerical arrays. Okay. Next one is SCIPY library. This library file again consists of mathematical functions which can use to perform scientific calculations. It can be used to perform scientific calculations. Okay. Next one is tkinter library. It is very important library file. tkinter library. This library consists of traditional Python user interface or toolkit which can be used to create another user friendly graphical user interface. By using tkinter library, you can create another user graphical interface. Okay. Now next one is Matplotlib library. Again, it is important library file, Matplotlib library. Okay, this library offers several functions and tools to produce quality output in the various formats such as graphs, plots, charts, etc. Now let us move to the next topic. So our next topic is module. Now we have discussed what are libraries, and I told you that library is the collection of several modules. Now what is a module? So module is the collection of variables, class, definitions, statements, functions that are related to a particular task. It is the file that consists of variables, classes, definitions, statements, functions that are related to a particular task. And the main function of module is to reduce the complexities to some extent. How module can reduce the complexity? It can reduce the complexity by reusing the code again and again. Okay, we can reuse the code again and again. In this method, in this way, we can reduce the complexities in the Python program. Okay, so now let us move to the next topic, and we have to discuss what is the structure of module. The structure of module. As I told you that is a Python file. Module is a normal Python file whose extension is also .py. Just like a normal Python file, its extension is also .py, and it contains more than a function. What does it contains? It can contain doc strings. It can contain doc strings. Okay. It can contain classes, objects, variables, and constants. Then statements, and of course functions. So what a module can contain? It can contain doc strings, classes, objects, variable constants, statements, and functions. Classes and objects we are not going to discuss because it is omitted from our syllabus. So now we have to discuss what are doc strings, how we can define here variables, statements, and functions. Now first of all, what is a doc string? A doc string is a statement that is enclosed within triple quotes. Okay. Now we are going to discuss an example in which I can define what are doc strings, there are variables, constants, there are statements, and the functions. So now let us see an example of module or user defined module. Okay. So basically a module contains doc string, it contains class objects, it contains variables, it contains functions, it contains statements, it contains variables and constants. Okay. So first of all, let us write the name of the file. For example, I have written the name of the file as valueconversion.py. Look, what is this? This is comment, and you know that comments are neglected by the interpreter. Okay. As I told you, that doc strings are the statements that are enclosed within triple quotes. Okay. They are the statements that are enclosed within triple quotes. So basically, in the starting itself, the doc string should be present in your module. You can write any statement. For example, I am writing here conversion of centimeters to inches and feet. Okay, conversion of centimeters to inches and feet. Our module will convert the centimeters into inches and feet. This is doc string. There are certain rules and regulations for the doc string also. The first general rule is that whenever you are going to start a doc string, okay, the first letter should be capital letter. First letter should be capital letter. After that, you have to leave a line blank, and whatever you are going to write, you can continue with the third line. Okay. For the first time, when you are using the doc string in your document, you have to be cautious that the first letter should be capital letter. Then you have to leave a blank line, and from third line you can write whatever you want to write. This is necessary for the first time when you are going to create a doc string. Now, from the third line, we are going to define here functions. So therefore, I have written a comment as function. As you know that a function starts with def keyword. Def convert inch. Here is formal argument x. Okay, def convert inch, x is formal argument, and since we are going to create a block, therefore colons are necessary. And whenever you are going to create a block, then part of the indentation you should remember. Okay. Now another doc string. It is not necessary that you are always use doc string in document, but once you have to use your doc string. Okay. What does it will convert? It will convert centimeters to inches. Okay. Don't be misguided by the comments and doc strings. Comments will be neglected and doc strings will be executed. Fine. Now definition. Return x upon 2.5. As we know, 2.5 inches, 2.5 centimeter, 2.5 centimeters equal to 1 inch. Okay, so we have divided the value of x by 2.5. Now, next definition. Def convert feet. Again, formal parameter. Okay, you can repeat the formal parameter. It is not necessary that you should always use a new parameter. You can use a repeated formal parameters. Okay. Then docstring convert cms to feet. Definition: return x upon 30. As you know, there are 30 centimeters in a feet. Okay, so this is how we can create a module, Python module. So in this module, as you can see, there are 3 docstrings: 1, 2, and 3. There are 3 docstrings, and remember the criteria for the docstring. The first letter should be capital, second line should be blank, and from third line you can write. Okay, and your document contain 2 function definitions. There are 2 functions in your document. Okay, and these are what? These are comments. Fine, these are comments. So this is how you can create a user-defined module. And after defining a user-defined module, you have to save your module, write the name of your module, and just press enter or click on the save button. Okay, by default, as you know, that the Python file already saved with the extension as .py. Now let us move to the next topic. Now we will learn how we can import a module into our program. Okay, so importing modules is our next topic. Import modules. So there are 2 methods to import a module. The first method is importing whole module, and second, import partial module. Partial module means you can import only few features of your module. So there are 2 commands to import a module. If you want to import whole module, then look what is the command here. You have to use import keyword in the beginning of your document, import, and then the module. Okay, and if you want to import a module partially, that means only few features of module you want to access, then what is the statement? From module name then import and function name or whatever you would like to import. Okay, so these are the 2 commands to import a module. Import module name, otherwise from module name import only several features. You can also import multiple modules to your program. Now what is the syntax for importing multiple modules? See, import at least one module name. You should give module name 1. Okay, then optional module name 2, and so on. So this is the method of importing several modules together. Okay, now we are going to discuss the factor how we could access a function from imported module. If you want to access a function or block from the imported module, then what is the method? What is the syntax? For that, we should use the following syntax. That is module name dot, okay, and then the function. Module name dot function name. This type of referencing is called as dot notation. Dot notation. Such type of referencing is known as dot notation because we have used dot here. Okay. Look at example. We have created a module called as value conversion. In that there are two functions: convert inch, convert feet. So if we want to access that, what we can do? First of all, we have to import module. Import value conversion. Okay, and after that we can access the modules where we can access the function from the value conversion. But again you have to repeat the module name: value conversion dot convert feet, and remember there is formal argument, so we have to also pass the argument here. Arguments are necessary if formal arguments are present. Okay, so this is the method how we could access a function of a module. Now what output will we get? We will get here 10.0 because as you remember the value of x will be 300 there. Okay, 300 divided by 30, so the result will be 10.0. So this is the method how we can access a module function from the imported module. Also we can rename the modules. In order to rename a module, we could write the statement. We have to follow the syntax as import module name as and alias. Okay, as you know, alias is false name, another name. Okay, so this is the method how we could convert, how we could change the name of the existing module. Look at example. We have created a module called as value conversion as VC. So now the new name of our module is VC. So this is the method how we could convert the module or rename the module. Okay, so that's all for today's lecture. We will discuss the rest of the things in another video. Thank you.